I'm back. Last time I was so nervous to film and now I'm really excited. I'm also excited because I did my makeup a little bit and I also parted my hair different and I like it. Okie dokie. There's a siren. Hi, my name is Des and today I'm going to be talking about the reasons why I'm starting a YouTube channel and what I'm planning to do on here. I've wanted to do it for a long time and there's so many people who I see on here who teach me so much. There's so much content out there that I really appreciate. I really find it interesting to watch normal people wherever in the world talking about their lives. There are so many different perspectives and all of our different circumstances shape who we are and the type of life that we're going to live. But I just want to share my own personal story. Was that redundant? It's really nice for me always to just watch vastly different people on YouTube. It's such a cool thing to be able to hear very intimate details from people who in everyday life you wouldn't ever be able to learn those things. I could spend an afternoon where nothing is happening and I'm just alone and I could feel like I'm in the company of somebody and I could not have to think about what's happening in real life. I want to share things with people about myself and about the things that I'm interested in order to educate people and just share my perspective on things. I think I need to put clips in my hair because it keeps falling over my eye. If my hair was gonna cover my eye, I just wouldn't have put mascara on that side. I just want to be myself, honestly. Engage myself in something that I'm passionate about and just work hard at something because I have a problem with committing to things and that's a big reason why my life is the way that it is, you know, and that's not a good thing. My life isn't the way that I want it for a lot of reasons. I have very little accountability for myself and I have anxiety and I push things back and procrastinate. It prevents me from doing a lot of things that otherwise would make me happy. In my everyday life, I don't let myself live life to the fullest. I always procrastinate, even though obviously I'm not trying to. It's just something that I've been doing my whole life. I don't allow myself to do the things that I want because of like anxiety and just putting things on the back burner all the time. I think so much more than I do. My life is very inconsequential, but I just want to talk about myself as a normal person and share what that's like. Because even though that seems pretty boring, I think it's important. I want to share good times and bad times and just be honest. I want to just have fun. I think everybody wants to be themselves and to be accepted for who they are. It's really hard to fully be myself around people because I'm just a really quiet person. Even if I'm not that shy of a person, it takes like a specific environment for me to open up. I don't really have the opportunities to express myself as openly as I want to all the time. And by myself sitting in my room, you know, I could just talk. And only the walls are going to judge me. The reason why it's taken me so long to even make one video is because I guess I have a lot of anxiety about things. It doesn't present itself as feeling anxious though, not necessarily. It just makes me procrastinate and push things back forever. Like, I'm a very organized person, but I use it as a crutch. I will plan something forever because I feel like I need to know those things before I go in. Like, it gives me a lot of anxiety having to jump feet first into things. And so I just plan and I research, but I don't know when to stop. And I don't ever really let myself stop. I tell myself always that I just don't know enough and that I'm not prepared enough. And that if I start, whatever it is, something bad's gonna happen. But it's not really, because I'm always trying to prepare for things, and because I tell myself that I'm not prepared enough for it. It's just like a never-ending cycle. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, and I tell myself that it's not okay to not know what I'm doing, but it is. Everybody starts somewhere, and With some things, you know, some people are born more talented than you will be. The person who puts time into it day after day will surpass the person who was talented at first. It's really not what matters. This is part of what I mean by procrastinating. Like, it doesn't have to be schoolwork. It's just the act of pushing things back further and further. It doesn't even necessarily matter, like, if you get it done. It's just pushing it back. And that's what I do every day. The unfortunate thing is that I do it with even the things that make me feel happy. Thinking about the things that I could be doing, but filling my time instead with things like watching TV. You might say it's so simple to just pull out a pencil and draw something, but it's such a mental block that I need to learn how to cope with. This is just a tool for me to do that. Something that's pretty important to me in my life is documenting how I'm living. I've been writing since I was really little. I love creative writing and stuff like that. Definitely not essay writing. I'm so bad at it. But my parents always gave me journals and things like that when I was growing up. I really recommend trying to write in a diary, like as much as you can, because being able to write things down is such a helpful tool in being able to reflect on things. When I'm really upset about something, and if I write in my diary, after a couple sentences, I start to reread the things that I've said, and I realize that I'm blowing it out of proportion, or it's not as bad as I made it seem. I've learned that a huge gatekeeper in my life is the way that I perceive things, the frame that I set my life in, you know, my paradigm. To be able to reframe the things that are happening in my life and see things for how they really might be rather than how I feel they are helps a lot. And so that's why writing in a diary is so helpful for me. Besides being able to get through things easier by being able to understand the growth that you've made, I personally write in my diary because I want, when I'm dead, I want my stuff to end up in a yard sale, and for someone who never could have known me to read all the things that I felt and to like connect with me in that way. I want to be able to document things on here that someone in like 100 years can see. Without primary sources, things that people have written and recorded, we would know so little about who we are as humans. I'm a weird history nerd in that way. Through my college library, they let you access a lot of different handwritten historical documents that you can access. And it's just so interesting to me to be able to understand what a person is going through and determine what their character was like. Even though I have no idea who this person is, reading this makes me understand more about them. It makes me learn more about history. What were people named back then? I just feel like being able to keep track of the things going on in my life might help someone in the future to understand what life was like in the 21st century. I want to be able to contribute my life in a way, share who I am, because someone far away might not know what it's like to live in California. Although a lot of media makes California and LA seem like such iconic, wonderful places, you know, that's not the whole truth. And that's not what everyone experiences. I just want to share what it's like for me. I think I've said that 1,000 times. As for the type of content you can expect from me, I'm just gonna see what happens. It'll probably be an array of things. I want to talk about writing, my love for music, fashion, cooking, and baking, and most importantly, mental health. It's still very stigmatized. Going to the doctor for a physical injury is so commonplace, but going to see someone about the way you feel inside. As a human services major, I just want to provide a little bit of education and help people to understand that whatever is going on is normal and you're not alone. I'm sorry if the lighting and framing in this video changed a lot because my tripod is a stack of sheets and it's getting dark outside. But I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, whichever it may be when this reaches you. I can't wait to see you again.